I pushed open the door and the loud shout of "Surprise!" hit me like a wave. I forced a smile even though my chest already felt tight. My mother hugged me first, whispering, "You look tired." I said, "I'm fine," even though I knew I wasn't. Sarah walked toward me with a bright smile, kissing my cheek. "Happy birthday," she said softly. I nodded, trying to ignore the strange heaviness pressing into my ribs. Ollie clapped my shoulder. "Man, you look like you need sleep more than a party." I laughed weakly. "Maybe." People talked around me, but their voices seemed far away. I kept watching the door like I was waiting for something bad to walk through it. Sarah handed me a plate of food. "You okay?" she asked. "Yeah," I said. "Just thinking." "About what?" "Nothing important." She frowned. "You sound distant." "I'm just tired," I repeated. I moved through the room, greeting everyone, but my mind kept drifting. My breath felt heavy, and my heartbeat dragged like it was pulling something broken behind it. I stepped outside for fresh air, hoping the night wind would clear my head. Then I heard voices. Hamza's voice. And Sarah's. I froze behind the wall. "Stop panicking," Hamza whispered. "I'm scared," Sarah said. "He won't understand. He's too soft. He'll break." My stomach twisted. My fingers shook. I stepped forward. "What won't I understand?" Sarah spun around, eyes wide. I didn't know you were." Hamza cut her off. "Bro, calm down. Calm down," I said. "Tell me what's going on." Sarah covered her face. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." "For what?" Hamza sighed. "We didn't want you to find out like this." "Find out what?" I demanded. Sarah's voice cracked. "I cheated. I've been cheating. With him." My mind went blank. Hamza said, "It wasn't planned." I laughed. Sharp. Broken. "How long?" Sarah whispered, "Months." I stepped back. "Months." She reached for me. "Please listen." I pulled away. "Don't touch me." Ollie came outside. "What's happening?" Hamza snapped. "Stay out of it." Ollie looked at me. "Tell me." I shook my head. "It's nothing." My voice sounded dead. Sarah cried, "I didn't mean to hurt you. I was confused." "Confused?" I said. "You betray someone when you're confused?" Hamza muttered, "It just happened." "Things don't just happen," I said. My mother opened the door behind us. "Why is everyone outside?" I whispered, "I need to go." She said, "Son, wait." "No," I said. "Not tonight." Sarah grabbed my sleeve. "Please don't walk away." I stared at her tear-streaked face. Why wasn't I enough? I pulled free and left the party behind me, the voices fading until all I could hear was my own shattered breath. As I walked down the street, Ollie followed me a few steps. "At least let me drive you home," he said. "No," I answered. "I need air." "You shouldn't be alone." "I already am," I said. He stopped walking. "If you need me, call." "I won't," I whispered, though I knew he meant well. My phone buzzed. Sarah again. "Please come back," her message said. Another one came. "Let me explain." I typed nothing. I couldn't. Hamza called next. I declined it. He called again. I let it ring. I looked up at the sky and whispered, "How did everything fall apart in one night?" My mother texted, "Come home. Talk to me." I replied, "Later." I sat on a bench, gripping my hair. My chest hurt so much I could barely breathe. I said into the empty street, "What did I do wrong? What was missing in me?" No one answered. The night felt cold, but not as cold as my heart. I closed my eyes and said the only truth I had left. Why wasn't I enough? I stayed there longer, staring at the ground, trying to hold myself together. I whispered, "How do I move forward from this?" But the silence around me didn't offer answers. My breath shook as I said, "Everything I believed in, gone in a moment." I stood slowly, telling myself, "Just walk." One step, then another. And I did. I kept walking, hoping the darkness would hide my heart. I woke up the next morning with my phone buzzing non-stop. My mother knocked on my door. "Open up," she said softly. "I'm getting ready for work," I answered. "You didn't sleep." "I'm fine." "Look at me," she said. "I can't," I whispered, staring at the floor. She sighed. "Let me help you." "No one can help me right now." Ollie called next. "Pick up, man," he said when I finally answered. "I'm here," I muttered. "You sound dead." "Feels accurate." "You shouldn't go to work today." "I need the distraction." "You need a doctor," he argued. "I just need silence." At the office, I kept my head down. People said good morning, but I barely replied. My chest felt heavy, like my ribs were holding broken glass. When I reached my desk, Boss Khalid stepped out of his office. "You're early," he said. "Couldn't sleep." He studied my face. "Rough night." "You could say that. If you need time off." "I need to work," I said before he finished. "All right," he replied quietly. "But don't push yourself." I sat down, opened my laptop, and tried to focus on numbers that kept blurring. Every time I blinked, I saw Sarah's face, her voice saying, "I've been cheating." It echoed like a crack in my skull. Someone knocked on my desk lightly. "Hi," a voice said. I looked up to see a girl I hadn't seen before. "I'm Mina," she added. "New intern." "Welcome," I muttered. "You don't sound excited," she said with a small smile. "I'm not good company today." She tilted her head. "Bad morning. Bad night. Bad week." "You want coffee?" she asked. "No." "You sure?" "Yes." "Well," she said softly, "if you need someone to sit in silence with, I can do that." I didn't respond. I didn't know how. Hours passed with my mind slipping in and out of memories I didn't want. Sarah laughing with me, her hand in mine, her head on my shoulder, then her whispering to Hamza, the guilt in her eyes. I gripped my pen so tightly I thought it would snap. During lunch break, I stayed at my desk. Mina walked by again. "You didn't eat?" she asked. "No appetite. You look like your soul left your body." "Feels about right." She hesitated before saying, "Sometimes people break us without meaning to." I shook my head. They meant it. She didn't push further. "If you want to talk." "I don't," I said. "Okay," she whispered. "But don't drown alone." When she walked away, something in her tone stayed with me longer than it should have. By evening, Ollie called again. "You're avoiding me," he said. "I'm at work." "I know. I came by." "You weren't at your desk." "I was in a meeting," I lied. "You don't have to act strong." "I'm not acting anything." He sighed. "Let me come over tonight." "No. You can't keep doing this." "I'll survive." "Not like this," he said before hanging up. I drove home slowly, staring at the empty passenger seat and remembering how Sarah used to sit there, singing off-key songs. My throat tightened. When I reached home, my mother waited near the living room. "Talk to me," she said again. "Not now. Running from pain only stretches it." "I'm not running," I said. "I'm falling." "There's a difference." She touched my arm gently. "You're hurting." "I don't want to feel anything," I said. In my room, I collapsed onto the bed. My phone buzzed. It was Sarah. "Sarah, we need to talk." I stared at the message. My heart twisted, but my fingers moved on their own. Me, deleted. Another message appeared. "Sarah, please." "I can explain." I locked my phone and threw it aside. A soft knock came at my door. My mother asked, "Do you want tea?" "No." "Do you want company?" "No." She whispered, "I'm here anyway." I stared at the ceiling as my throat tightened again. Why does it still hurt? I asked myself. The next day at work, Mina stopped me in the hallway. "You look worse today," she said quietly. "Didn't sleep." "I can tell." She studied me for a moment before saying, "You look like someone who wants to run but doesn't know where to go." Her words hit deeper than they should have. I didn't answer. I just breathed in, trying not to break in front of her. Mina found me at my desk the next morning. "You didn't sleep again," she said. "I don't remember the last time I did. You look worse." "I feel worse." She sat on the edge of my desk. "Talk to me." "You're the only one I do talk to," I admitted quietly. "That should tell you something," she said. "It tells me I'm falling apart," I replied. My phone buzzed. Sarah again. "Sarah, please answer." "I'm not okay." Mina saw the name flash across the screen. "You'll open that." "No." "You still care." "I still hurt," I corrected. Another message appeared. "Sarah, I'm sorry. I swear I didn't mean for any of this to happen." I turned the phone face down. "Why won't she stop?" "Because guilt can be louder than pain," Mina said. "I don't want her guilt," I whispered. "I want my life back." Hamza, on the other hand, stayed silent. No calls, no messages. It felt intentional, like he believed disappearing would erase what he did. A few hours later, Boss Khalid called me into his office. "Close the door," he said. I did. "What's wrong?" He sighed and leaned back. "I heard something today. About me. About your project." My stomach tightened. "What about it?" "Hamza pitched it to the investors last month." I blinked. "My project?" "Yes. Your idea, your research, your model." He showed everything. I felt heat rush to my face. "You're sure?" "I saw the slides myself," he said. "He even used your notes word for word." My jaw clenched. "Why didn't anyone tell me?" "I thought you knew," he replied. The investors seemed impressed, Mr. Rayhan especially. "And Ms. Layla. She said it looked promising." I gripped the arm of the chair. "He stole it. He stole something I built." Khalid nodded slowly. "I won't defend him. I just thought you should be aware." When I left the office, the world felt sharper. Colors brighter. Anger clearer. Mina caught the look on my face. "What happened?" "He used my project," I said. "Who?" "Hamza." She stood up fast. "You're joking." "I wish I was." "What did he take?" "Everything. My data. My layout. My pitch." Her eyes widened. "Do something." "I don't know where to start." "Yes, you do," she said firmly. "Don't let them walk on your heart." I stared at her. "Why do you care so much?" "Because you don't," she replied. "Not enough to protect yourself." Her words hit hard. That night, Sarah texted again. "Sarah, it's killing me that you won't talk to me. Sarah, please, just once." I typed, "Did you know he stole my work too?" Then I deleted it. There was no point. Instead, I opened my folders, old drafts, files, dates, notes, timestamps. Everything that proved the idea was mine. My anger sharpened into something colder, steadier. Mina called. "You left without saying anything," she said. "I needed to think. And I'm done suffering in silence." She exhaled softly. "Good. What's the plan?" "I'm gathering evidence. I'm going to show the investors the truth." "That's the man I hoped you'd be," she said. "I don't feel brave," I admitted. "You don't need to feel brave to take a step," she replied. "You just need to take it." I spent hours organizing everything. Notes from a year ago. Screenshots of early drafts. Voice memos where I talked about the project alone in my car. Every piece felt like reclaiming a part of myself. At midnight, Ollie called. "You alive?" he asked. "Barely. You sound different." "I found out something today." "Worse than cheating?" "Maybe equal." He whistled softly. "What now?" "I fight back," I said. He paused. "That's new." "It's necessary." When I finally looked in the mirror, my reflection startled me. My eyes looked awake for the first time in weeks. Mina texted. "You still up?" "Yes." "You okay?" "No," I replied. "But I'm not broken anymore." She wrote back, "Then tomorrow is a new beginning." I closed my phone and whispered to myself, this is my first step toward fire. And for the first time since everything fell apart, I believed it. I stared at the email draft on my screen. My hands shook, but my voice in my head was steady. Send it. Mina stood beside me. You're ready. As ready as I'll ever be. Then do it, she said. I clicked send. My evidence, every timestamp, every file, every note, went straight to Mr. Rayhan and Ms. Layla. No drama. No explanations. Just truth. 5 minutes later, I got a reply. Mr. Rayhan, we will look into this immediately. Another message followed. Ms. Layla, thank you for bringing this forward. Their tone was cold, professional. Perfect. Mina exhaled. That was fast. I think the storm already started, I said. You sound calm. I am, I replied. Too calm. Around noon, Boss Khalid called me into his office. He closed the door. Hamza is suspended. Effective today. I nodded. Good. You don't look surprised. I'm not. He tried to defend himself, Khalid continued. With lies. I asked. Mostly panic. I shrugged. He made his choices. Khalid studied me. You're handling this differently. I'm tired of breaking, I said. I'd rather stand. Back at my desk, my phone buzzed with a number I didn't know. Aisha, don't be mad. I only want to tell you something. I wrote back, what is it? Her reply came instantly. Aisha, Sarah is falling apart. She cries every day. She can't eat. She barely leaves her room. I stared at the message. Mina noticed. Bad news. Not for me, I said. She didn't ask for details. Aisha sent another text. Aisha, she regrets everything. She keeps saying your name. I typed slowly, that's her burden. Aisha didn't reply again. Later that night, I sat in my living room, half asleep, when the doorbell rang. My stomach tightened. I opened the door. It was Sarah. Her eyes were swollen, hair messy, breath shaking. Please listen, she said. No, I replied. You don't get to show up here. I made a mistake. You made a choice, I cut in. She stepped closer. I didn't choose to lose you. You did choose to betray me. Tears streamed down her cheeks. I was confused. I don't care, I said. Not anymore. She reached for me. Can I just hug you? I stepped back. No. Her voice cracked. I miss you. I don't miss this version of you, I said. Go home. She sobbed. Please. I closed the door slowly. For a few seconds, I stood there, listening to her crying outside. But there was no pain in me, just a strange, quiet calm. The next morning, Mina approached my desk. You okay? Better than I expected, I said. She smiled softly. Good. I have something for you. What is it? A new project. Something big. I want you to work on it with me. I raised an eyebrow. You want me on your team? Yes. You're brilliant. And I trust you. That's dangerous, I joked weakly. She nudged my arm. I mean it. Come on, say yes. I looked at her smile. Warm, steady, nothing like the chaos I'd lived in. Fine, I said. I'm in. She clapped her hands once. Great. We start today. As we walked to a meeting room, Mina suddenly stopped. You look lighter, she said. Do I? Yeah. Like you finally put something down. Maybe I did, I admitted. But a knot tightened in my chest. She noticed. What's wrong? I don't know if I'm allowed to feel hope, I said. Why wouldn't you be? Because it feels too soon. She whispered, sometimes healing doesn't wait for permission. Her words landed deeper than I wanted to admit. After the meeting, Mina handed me some papers. Our hands brushed. She pulled back quickly, smiling in a shy, uncertain way. I felt something warm flicker in me, small, quiet, dangerous. That night, when I lay in bed, Sarah's voice echoed faintly in my mind. but Mina's voice covered it. Don't let them walk on your heart. You're not broken anymore. Healing doesn't wait for permission. For the first time in a long time, I wondered if I might actually believe her. Mina and I stayed late at the office almost every night that week. She leaned over my desk. You're getting faster, she said. I'm getting clearer, I replied. She smiled. Clarity looks good on you. Feels strange, I admitted, like I borrowed someone else's strength. No, she said softly. It was always yours. While we worked, she opened up little by little. One person broke me once, she said one night. How? He left without a word. Just vanished. That must have hurt. It did, she whispered. But it taught me to help people who look like they're sinking. You think I'm sinking? Not anymore, she said. You're swimming now. For the first time in weeks, I laughed. Barely. Barely is still movement, she replied. My phone buzzed. Aisha again. Aisha. Hamza left her. Completely gone. I typed, why tell me? Aisha, she's breaking. I don't want you to think she's living happily. I stared at the message until Mina asked, what happened? Her friend, I said. Updates. About Sarah. Yeah. Do you want them? I thought for a second. I don't feel anything. That's progress, Mina said gently. That night, Sarah called. I didn't answer. She called again. I let it ring. Then a message came. Sarah, I don't sleep. I don't eat. I hate myself. Another message followed. Sarah, please, just talk to me once. I locked my phone. Mina watched me quietly. You okay? Yeah, I said. I'm just done. She nodded. Walking away is harder than people think. It feels powerful, I admitted. It is. We went back to work. She spread out the project documents. You see this section? You improved it. I frowned. You noticed. Of course, she said. You're brilliant. I felt my chest warm. Something gentle, something unfamiliar after weeks of coldness. The next afternoon, Boss Khalid called me into his office. He shut the door. I have news, he said. I took a breath. Good or bad? Good. Very good, he said. I'm promoting you to lead analyst. I blinked. Seriously? You earned it. Your recent work has been exceptional. And with Hamza gone, we need someone steady. That's you. For a moment, I couldn't speak. Khalid smiled. Say something. I don't know what to say, I replied. Say yes, he insisted. Yes, I said, finally exhaling. When I left his office, Mina was waiting. Well, he promoted me, I said. Her eyes widened. You're joking. No. She threw her hands up. I knew it. I told you. I let out a small laugh. Feels unreal. It's real, she said, gripping my arm. And you deserve every bit of it. We walked to the break room, and she kept celebrating. You're not the man who walked into this office weeks ago, she said. What am I then? Someone new, she whispered. Someone rebuilt. Her words hit deeper than she probably intended. My phone buzzed again. Sarah. I ignored it, but Mina noticed the tension on my face. You don't have to pick up, she said. I know. Does it hurt less now? Yeah, I said. A lot less. That's what healing feels like, she whispered. I didn't answer. Instead, I leaned back in my chair and stared at the ceiling, letting her words settle in my chest. Later that evening, as we packed up, Mina said, "Walk with me." Sure. Outside, the air was cool. She folded her arms. You changed, she said. Did I? Yes, she answered. Your eyes aren't empty anymore. I didn't notice. I did, she said. Every day. We reached the parking lot. She stopped beside her car. I'm proud of you, she whispered. No one said that to me in a long time. Then hear it again, she said. I'm proud of you. For a second, I didn't know where to look. Her sincerity felt too gentle, too bright. "Mina," I said softly, "thank you." "You don't have to thank me," she replied. "I do," I said. "You helped me rise." She smiled, warm, real. "Just promise me you won't let anyone break you again." "I promise," I said. "I'm done being broken." When I got home, Sarah had sent another message. "Sarah, everything is falling apart. Please talk to me." I read it once, then turned off my phone. I whispered to myself, "I choose me now." And for the first time, the words felt true. I arrived at the office expecting a normal day, but whispers followed me the moment I stepped inside. Mina rushed toward me. "Don't panic," she said. "Why would I panic?" She bit her lip. "She's here." My stomach sank. "Sarah." "Yes." "And she looks bad." Before I could respond, I heard my name. "Please," Sarah cried, stumbling toward me. Her face was pale, eyes red, clothes loose on her frame. "Please talk to me." I froze. "You can't be here." "I needed to see you," she whispered. "This is my workplace." "I know," she said, voice shaking, "but you won't answer my calls." People stared, co-workers, interns, even Khalid from his office doorway. Sarah stepped closer. "I'm sorry. I swear I'm sorry. I heard," I said. "Many times." "I'm not asking for much," she cried. "Just hear me." "I already know everything," I replied. She suddenly dropped to her knees. Gasps echoed across the room. Mina whispered, "Oh my God!" I felt my chest twist, but I stayed still. Sarah sobbed loudly. "I ruined everything. Please, forgive me." I said nothing. She grabbed my pant leg. "Please look at me." I forced myself to meet her eyes. They were full of pain I didn't recognize anymore. "I don't hate you," I said quietly. She blinked. "You don't?" "No. But I don't belong to you anymore." Sarah shook her head wildly. No, don't say that." "It's the truth," I said. "You lost me." She sobbed harder. Mina stepped closer, but I held up a hand. "It's fine," I told her. Sarah whispered, "I can't live like this. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I think about you every second." "I'm sorry you're hurting," I said. "But you're dealing with the consequences of your choices." "I know," she said, voice cracking. "I know, but I didn't think losing you would feel like this." I looked around. Everyone watched. The moment felt heavy but strangely final. "Stand up," I told her. She obeyed shakily. "You need to go home," I said. "Will you come with me?" "No." She covered her mouth, devastated. "So this is really over?" "It's been over," I said. I just didn't say it out loud until now. Khalid approached her kindly. "Ma'am, you should leave." Sarah shot me one last shattered look before walking out, shoulders trembling. When the doors closed behind her, the room exhaled. Mina touched my arm carefully. "Are you okay?" "I don't know," I said honestly. "You didn't look shaken." "I was," I whispered. "Just differently." My phone buzzed. Hamza. I declined the call. He called again. Mina raised an eyebrow. "Him too?" "Yeah." "What does he want?" "Something I'll never give," I said. I blocked his number without hesitation. Later that evening, I sat alone in the break room. Mina came in quietly. "You didn't eat," she said. "No appetite." "That was a lot today." "I know," I said. "But I feel something strange." "What?" "Closure." She sat across from me. "You faced the worst pain of your life and didn't fall apart. That means something." I ran a hand through my hair. She looked destroyed. "She destroyed herself," Mina said gently. "You didn't do that." I took a deep breath. "I'm scared, Mina." "Of what?" "Of trying again," I admitted. "Of trusting someone. Of feeling something and losing it again." She nodded slowly. "That's normal." "I don't want to repeat my past," I said. "You won't," she whispered. You're not the same man anymore. I looked at her carefully. What if I fail again? Then we'll deal with it, she said. We. She smiled softly. If you want. I swallowed. I don't know how to start. Then we'll take it slow, she said. Step by step. Her voice steadied me in a way nothing else had. I whispered, You make things feel calm. That's because you're meant for calm, she said. Not chaos. As we walked out together, something inside me shifted. Not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly. For the first time, regret wasn't mine. The morning after Sarah showed up at my workplace, I woke with an unusual feeling, quiet. Not peace, not joy, just a stillness I hadn't felt in months. My phone buzzed on the table. One message. Sarah, this is my last text. I'm sorry for everything. I hope life is kinder to you than I was. I read it once. No anger. No ache. Just air moving through my chest. Mina noticed my calmness at work. You look different, she said. I think something ended last night, I replied. Her. Maybe. Or maybe the version of me who kept bleeding. She nodded softly. Ending doesn't always mean loss. Feels like release, I admitted. We sat together during lunch. She pushed her coffee toward me. You need this more than I do. I don't even like coffee, I said. You're drinking it anyway, she insisted. I smirked. Bossy. Only with people I care about, she said lightly. My heart skipped. I looked away. I don't know how to react to that. You don't have to react. Just let things be slow. I can do slow, I said. She leaned back. Tell me what's in your head. I hesitated. I spent weeks wanting revenge. Wanting them to feel what I felt. But now, I don't care. That's because revenge doesn't heal, she said. I thought it would. No, she whispered. Strength heals. Her words sat gently on me, not pushing, not demanding. After work, we walked out together. The sky was soft and dim. She said, You walk differently now. Different how? Like you're carrying yourself instead of dragging yourself. I laughed softly. That's new. She stopped near her car. You don't need to win against them. You already won against your old self. I felt something shift inside me, small, warm. You think so? I know so, she said. You're not the same man who broke on that bench. I exhaled slowly. I thought healing would feel dramatic. No, she smiled. Healing usually feels quiet. We stood there in silence for a few seconds, the kind that wasn't heavy or awkward, just present. Mina, I said, I'm scared of repeating everything. You won't, she replied. How are you so sure? Because you're not walking blind anymore. You see red flags from miles away. And you? I asked. What do you see? She held my gaze. Someone rebuilding with honesty. I swallowed. You make things feel possible again. She smiled softly. Good. Because they are. On my way home, I thought about everything. The betrayal, the breakdown, the emails, the suspension, the door closing in Sarah's face. I realized something powerful. I felt no need for revenge anymore. I didn't want to see her suffer. I didn't want to prove anything to Hamza. Their downfall wasn't my victory. My victory was breathing without weight. When I reached home, my mother asked, How was work? Better, I said. You sound lighter. I think I am. She touched my shoulder gently. I'm proud of you. Those words landed in a part of me I didn't realize was empty. Later, I sat alone in my room, replaying Mina's voice in my head. You already won against your old self. For the first time, I believed it. I whispered to myself, healing is finally happening. Not revenge. Not anger. Just healing. I woke up before sunrise, my room dim and quiet. For once, the silence didn't choke me. It felt gentle, almost warm. I sat on the edge of my bed and whispered, So this is what healing feels like. No shaking hands. No racing thoughts. Just breath. My phone lit up with old unread messages from Sarah and Hamza. but I didn't open them. I didn't need to. Their guilt belonged to them now, not me. At work, Mina noticed my steady mood instantly. "You look peaceful," she said. "I think I finally am. No heaviness." "Not the old kind," I replied. She smiled softly. "Good. You carried that weight too long." Later, she asked, "Will you come with me after work? I want to show you something." "Where?" "You'll see." We drove out of the city, up a winding road lined with trees. The sun was setting behind the hills when we reached the viewpoint. She stepped out first, breathing in the fading light. "It's beautiful," I said. "It's quiet," she replied. "Thought you needed that." We stood side by side, watching the colors shift across the sky. Mina glanced at me. "What's happening in your head right now?" "A lot," I admitted. "Tell me some of it." I exhaled. I thought closure would come from revenge, from seeing them fall apart. But I don't need that anymore. She nodded. "Because your story isn't about them." "It used to be," I said. "Every thought I had, every breath. And now it's about me." She took a step closer. "That's growth." I looked down at the city lights below us. "I never thought I'd stand again." Mina turned to me fully. "You didn't just stand. You changed." I let her words settle in the quiet air. After a moment, she reached for my hand. Slowly, gently, like she was asking a question instead of making a move. I let her hold it. Her touch didn't feel like tension or fear. It felt like possibility. "I'm still scared," I confessed. "I know," she whispered. "What if I break again? Then we'll face it together." Slowly, carefully, honestly. I swallowed. "You really mean that?" She squeezed my hand. "I don't say things I don't mean." We sat on a bench overlooking the hill. She asked, "If you could talk to the version of you from 2 months ago, what would you say?" I thought for a moment. "I'd tell him he survives." "That's powerful," she said. "It doesn't feel powerful. Just true." She leaned slightly toward me. "You did the hardest thing a person can do." "What's that?" "You chose peace over revenge." I let that sink in. Revenge felt easy. Peace took work. "And you did the work," she said. "Every painful step." The wind brushed against us, cool but not harsh. I felt a shift inside me, soft, calm, final. "Mina," I said quietly, "thank you for being here." "I'm exactly where I want to be," she replied. Down below, the city lights shimmered like distant stars. I closed my eyes for a moment and listened to my own breathing, steady, unbroken, free. When I opened them again, I whispered, "My heart is no longer a place of pain." Mina looked at me. "What is it now?" "A place of peace," I said. "And that is the victory they can never take from me." She smiled gently, and for the first time in a long time, I smiled back, real, warm, without fear. The night settled around us, quiet and calm. And I knew, finally, that I had won.